everyone, John, the Drone Ranger of South Florida, back in your living room or studio or bedroom or wherever you happen to be watching this. So, I got a brand new HP Omen gaming computer, which has a lot faster graphics than my old laptop, and I can actually do a lot more editing once I get the editing software that I really like on here. To tell you the truth, a lot of it's pretty intimidating because you look at it and you go, what the hell are all these buttons on here? Well, for someone like me who uses like the Windows 10 and Windows 11 video editor, which is super simple, and the video I made earlier today, which you probably saw, which the Flight to Publix, that's what I used on this new computer, because the other stuff, I'm not going to name the names, but it was a little bit intimidating and it didn't seem to want to cooperate with me for some reason. Now, granted, I used the free version, but I'm not going to spend $300 on an editing software program that I have no idea to use or has a steep learning curve. Anyway, so as I progress with these vlogs, I am going to be using different video editing software. So, with that, that's pretty much done as far as the subject. So, what are we going to talk about? Well, we're going to talk about drones. I wonder why we're going to talk about drones. Anyway, I have covered the DJI drones that I have and the Hover Camera Passport in the past vlogs. Air 2S, the Mavic Mini 2, Mini SE, the Hover Camera Passport. Well, let's talk about one that a lot of people don't talk about. The El Cheapos, which I like to call the crash and smash drones. Why? Because they crash and smash. Anytime you try to fly them, they're cheap little $50, anywhere from like, $39, $50, $75 drones that claim to have 4K and all this wonderful features like follow me and everything. Well, they don't. They don't have it. One of the things that I got is at Christmas time, which actually started me off wanting to do drones again and getting into them like I have now. It was called the Novum drone, but actually what it is, it's a drone that everybody sees on the internet under a different name and different prices. These things could go anywhere from as high as $100, or they can go as low as 29 bucks. They're all the same thing. They're just different branding on them. Now, granted, they're fun. They are fun because you can smash the hell out of them and they will just keep on going. I've crashed this bugger I don't know how many times. As a matter of fact, if I could find a video on here, I'll add it into this vlog, which I don't know if I can or not. If I can, I'll add it in. But I don't think I have any more of them on here, unless I just kind of get it through my phone and try to figure out a way to get it on this. But if I do, great. Or I'll include it on another video. Anyway, learned on this. Learned how to control the most uncontrollable little doohickey in the world. I don't care if the breeze was 2 miles an hour. This thing would go flying off. I don't care how you tried to keep it stable, it would not. And invariably, it would just crash into something, either the ground, the bushes, or try to fly off across the street because the wind would just carry it away. Extremely underpowered. That's why they're so cheap, because they're made for kids, but they're a good starting point if you have never flown a drone before. I would highly recommend getting one just for fun. If you just feel like ornery and you don't want to smash your good drone up that costs you hundreds of dollars, well, get one of these little buggers and just fly it around and smash it into the side of a house, a tree, or just fly it in the middle of a busy street in traffic if you want to see it get run over, because it will. Or if you just want it to fly it way up in the air and let the wind currents carry it, because if it's only 3 or 5 miles an hour winds down here where you're at, it's going to be about 15 to 20 up there, about 100 feet. So this thing will end up somewhere in Beijing, China, if the motors last so long. The battery life on these things are about 7 minutes. They're El Cheapo batteries, and let's see if I can get it out of here. Here they go. Little LiPo batteries. You can get them on Amazon, 3 for 18 bucks. I haven't got any more of them because I just don't have any interest, because I got real drones. Anyway, the controllers are these little buggers. Okay, now these things, I think they're more expensive than the drone, to tell you the truth. They're better built. They have a back here, under here, they have a thing to hold your cell phone, okay? That's great. Plugs into these little ports here. Where in the hell's the port at on this thing? I forgot. But it plugs in somewhere, and I haven't used it for so long that I forgot where the hell the phone plugs into. Oh, that's right, it doesn't. What happens is you put your phone in here, you open up an app, and I think it's called Wi-Fi something, and you tie it into your phone, and it connects to the drone camera. Well, such as it is. They say it's a 4K camera. It's more like a 480 camera because it is the most grainiest pictures in the world. But like I said, they're not made for making any kind of videos like for here or outside and, you know, trying to get anything with real estate shoots, because it's not going to happen. Definitely will not with that. Anyway, that's what this is for. Not too bad. It works. Hey, for 50 bucks you can't go wrong, and you can have a blast. You have loads of fun. Chase the cats, the dogs, squirrels. You know, maybe if you can get a bird to stand still long enough, you might get about 10 feet from it with this little whirly bird here, because these things aren't very fast. And like I said, they're extremely hard to maneuver, and they just barely, you know, stay up off the ground. And when they do, they just glide everywhere with the slightest breeze. Anyway, for the beginner, great investment. You don't lose a lot of money. You destroy it, or at least crash it a few times, and it'll keep on going. It gives you the basics on what drones can do and how they maneuver. When you graduate up to something better, like the DJI Mini SE, for example, that holds its place, and it will not move even in 20-mile-an-hour winds. It might do this a little bit, but it will not drift away, and it has a better camera. So you'll be able to do a lot more with that, but I recommend starting out for a couple of weeks, first couple of weeks with this. Watch a lot of YouTube videos on flying drones, and pretty soon, you know, you'll become an expert after a while. Hey, look at me. I have my own YouTube channel, and I have all these videos and stuff. I just started this in December or January. I'm not an expert yet. I'm not a, but I am starting to become a professional at certain things. I'm very skilled at flying now. Most drones fly themselves, so it's really hard to screw them up. But as far as like taking the videos and the photographs and stuff, I'm actually learning a lot. A lot of it on drone flying, believe it or not, is photography and videography. You have to actually learn that stuff. That's the most important thing. Flying the drone is good, but learning the camera settings, just like you would if you were a regular photographer with a camera, you've got to know the settings on the lenses. You have it on your controls or your tablets, and you learn by doing. And if you see some of the drone videos I have from the very beginning to up to this point, you can see that actually some of it's improved. Not to the point where I can make commercials on TV yet. I'm getting to that point. I'm getting there, and you will too if you pursue this, if you have the interest. So always remember, these little buggers here, they're classified as toys. They do not have to be registered with the FAA. You get anything bigger than 249 grams, you're going to have to register it with the FAA, and it costs $5. Now, it doesn't mean you have to, take all these courses. You take a Trust Pilot course, which takes about 15 minutes. They're common sense answers online. FAA Drone Zone's got them. And you register your drone for $5, and you can register it as a recreational flyer or Part 107, which I am. Part 107 takes a little more time because you have to take a little bit of the course and schooling, and then you take the test with the FAA, and it takes like a few weeks to get everything. Like, government's really slow. And then you can do commercial flights, real estate shoots, weddings, things like that. Things that I'm licensed to do, but so far haven't yet. I've done a couple of little ones, but I haven't done anything big. Remind you again to check out my GoFundMe page on my link on my YouTube channel under the About section. Subscribe and like the video. My Facebook page, The Drone Ranger, also has the link. It has a few videos and things. I am trying to build up, like I said, build up enough revenue to get a Mavic 3 and the DJI M30. That is an awesome drone, but of course it's $15,000. But like I said, I want to do things like help out the fire departments with search and rescue. If I want to do a development company shoot for major developers, I'll have the mapping software and the ability with this drone. So I'll be taken a little more seriously. Now you go over something like that with an Air 2S, they say, yeah, okay, that's cool. We can use it for a couple of things, but for anything really serious, like they have a big fire, that thermal imaging on that M30 is going to be a big help, and they're going to look at your resume a lot closer, take you more seriously. Anyway, God, I'm getting a frog on my throat. Well, I guess that's going to be it for tonight. So, I will be back again probably in a few days with another update and some more commentaries, and God knows, maybe if I'm lucky, I'll have a drone a little bit better than this to show you. So, until then, y'all have a good night, and this is John, this Drone Ranger of South Florida, signing off.